Hello everyone, in today's tutorial we will see XML in detail. So what is XML? I explained this in my previous video, but XML is extensible markup language. You can create your own tags in XML. That is why it is known as extensible, and it is markup language like HTML. And what is the use of XML? So XML is used to store and transport the data, and it is self-descriptive. So whatever you write in the XML tags can be described, and XML is used to carry the data. So the main use of XML is to transport the data from one place to another, like from a server to a website, etc. And it is not used to display the data like HTML is. So HTML's main use is to display the data, whereas XML's main use is to carry the data. XML has self-defined tags, so you can make your own tags. XML is platform and language independent, so it runs on any platform, any operating system. XML helps in easy communication between two platforms. See, there is a database, and the SQL uses XML to communicate between the application, and Oracle also uses XML to communicate with the application. So SQL and Oracle can transfer the data to the application via XML. So that is how XML is used. And what are the features and advantages of XML? So firstly, uh, see, there is an XML file. An SQL server exports the data to the XML, and the Oracle can import that data through that XML file. So that is the main thing. So first point is XML separates the data from HTML. Second thing, XML simplifies data sharing. So it makes the data sharing easier for us to transfer data from a server to any application. XML simplifies the data transport as well. Then the fourth one is increases data availability. So XML makes it easy for the data from a server to be available to transport it. So that is another feature. Then XML simplifies platform change. So with XML, you can simply just change operating systems or platforms, and it will still run perfectly. So that is another feature of XML. See, here's an example of a XML file. So, for example, there is a XML file named college. So college is the root node here, root element, and XML follows a hierarchical structure. So it is like a tree. Firstly, in the first line, you define the version of XML and what encoding it uses. So this is the first line. You cannot change the syntax of this. Then comes the root element, name of the XML file or anything you want to write as root. So your college is the main root element or tag. Then we start we define another tag named class 1. Inside class 1 we have two tags, name and a roll number. So we define those tags and then close the class tag. And if we want to create another class tag like class 2, we can create it and write the same tags again like name and roll number and close the second class. And then after closing both the classes, we can close the main root element, that is the college tag. So here class 1 and class 2 are known as child elements, and college is the root element which contains both the classes, means both the childs. So this is basic example of a XML file. Now let's see what are the difference between the HTML file and the XML file. So first one, HTML is used to display the data. So it displays how the file looks and feels, how the websites look and feel. XML, whereas it transports the data and stores the data. So it is never used to display the data. It is only used to store and transport the data. And XML is a markup language as well, But XML is like a framework, or it is a language that provides framework to define the markup languages. So it is used to define our own language. So it provides framework to define markup languages. The third one, HTML is not case sensitive, whereas XML is case sensitive. Means XML we can write any tag in capitals or short, so it is not case sensitive, whereas XML is case sensitive. So if you write something in capital, you must start in capital letters. So if you start something in capital and then start in small, it will give you some error, which is why it is case sensitive. HTML has predefined tags, so tags are already predefined when HTML was created. So you need to use those tags when you want to create a website. Whereas with XML, you can create your own tags, and XML is a static programming language for websites, whereas XML is dynamic. So static means you cannot make changes to it while you are programming or something or designing the website. Whereas through XML, you can dynamically change the how the data is transferred or how the data is stored while you are creating it. So that is one difference. Now, what is the example between HTML and XML? So in HTML, there are predefined tags like HTML close, ending tag, and body tag. Inside body tag, you will find the data that you will see on the website, so which will be displayed. In XML, you create your own tags, that is this college tag and the class tag. Inside that, you create a name tag and write something over there. So XML file has custom tags which you can create, and the data which you enter in the class inside it can be transported to and fro from the server. So that is the basic difference between HTML and XML.